Hello and welcome to the Booked and Paid Speaker Blueprint. I hope what I've shared so far has helped you in some way. If you're new to the show, thank you so much for discovering us, and please share with your other speaker friends, coworkers, anybody who you know wants to get booked and paid to speak. Send them here, and I'm revealing everything that you need to know in order to get booked and paid to speak consistently. If you're tired of speaking for exposure, paying thousands of dollars to pay to play, this is the show for you. And also, I have the booked and paid speaker blueprint, which allows you to get booked and paid to speak consistently by implementing systems that you didn't even know exist or felt too complicated to implement yourself. If you want to get booked and paid to speak consistently, I highly advise you get on a call. Let's talk. I show you exactly what you need to do. This isn't just another let me coach you and dump thousands of dollars into some program that doesn't net you results. The booked and paid speaker blueprint gets results. We don't make excuses. So let's dive into this one. What I'm going to talk to you today about is social media and how it plays into your speaking career. The first thing that event planners are going to do, they're going to go to your social media profiles. They're going to check you out. If there's a lot of divisiveness, if you're posting things that you really strongly believe, maybe you pick a different platform to send event planners to because they're ultimately going to make decisions on what you're posting on social media. If you want to post your beliefs and values and all the things on Facebook, and LinkedIn is where you promote all of your professional content, then send everybody to LinkedIn. My advice is to write a couple articles a month, long form LinkedIn articles. You can put those on LinkedIn and then send that out through other social platforms and kind of tie the two together. But most importantly, it shows that you're talking about what you want to get booked for. A lot of my social media has to do with leadership and resilience, but mostly getting booked and paid to speak. This is what event planners are looking for. This is what speakers should be looking for. This is how you get discovered. This is how this. And there's a lot of how-tos and a lot of behind the scenes of what I'm doing. I do it on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram's linked to the Facebook. So when event planners find me, they can just scroll through and I'm like, here's some podcast marketing. Here's some speaker marketing. Here's how leaders should act in certain situations. Here's some resilient skills like gratitude and mindfulness. And I'm giving these helpful tips because I want them to see that this is what I'm about. This is what I believe the most because I'm trying to get booked to speak on those topics. I know it's so easy to get caught up in the world's news and you want to stand for something. And I get that, but I would keep in mind that event planners are going to your social media. So if you're acting ugly on social media, they don't want that on their stage. So maybe you have a private Facebook for your personal, maybe there's like a business page that maybe you could send them to, maybe a LinkedIn you can send them to because they're going to find you. And if you don't look like a professional, they're never going to hire you. Also on social media, you can search things like hashtags. So you can search hashtag call for speakers, hashtag call for presenters, hashtag resilience, hashtag whatever it is that you speak on, business, whatever leadership. You can search those hashtags and you can see, especially on LinkedIn, you can see exactly what people are looking for. So you can search, let's say, hashtag keynote speaker, search through the posts. A lot of times the event planners are putting on there, hi, we have an event coming up. We're looking for a speaker. It's this time, this day, blah, blah, blah. And then at the bottom, they'll say hashtag keynote speaker. A lot of event planners, if you know what event planners are posting, you can find them really easy, especially on LinkedIn. There are hundreds and thousands of events on LinkedIn that are posted every day looking for speakers. Another way that you can run social media for your business, you can run some ads to your speaker reel. The best way I've seen to do this is $7 a day for 5 days, or $5 a day for 7 days. Either way, it's like $35. If you want to do a little bit more, you could do $5 a day for 10 days. You could do $10 a day for 5 days. Usually between 5 and 7 is kind of the sweet spot, and usually between $7 and $10. I used to run this all the time in the past, and I would get 2,500 to 3,500 people. So they call them impressions. That's eyeballs on your, whatever, your ad, your video, your post, whatever, impressions. And so it breaks it down. So between 25 and 3,500 impressions gets broken down to how many link clicks or whatever your call to action is. And then it breaks it down even further. And you can see the demographics and psychographics, like the men and women, and what their interests are and all that. And you can kind of play around with it a little bit. And you could run that every other week. You spend $100 a month on ads. You run a $50 ad for that week. Maybe it's 7 days, maybe it's 5 days. You run about $50. And then you can kind of see like where your audience is at. Once you do that, you could have your speaker reel posted to event planners. You're searching only for event planners because it says it right in their title on Facebook. You run that speaker reel and then skip 2 weeks. And on the second week, maybe you have an intro video that runs. You could also have the Facebook pixel that'll retarget them. So you can do 1 week, like the first week of the month is new people. And then the third week of the month is you're going to retarget them with a different video. It could be the same type of video you just run all the time. Like, hi, event planner. Thank you for discovering my page, or whatever you wanted to say. Hello there. I speak on this. This is what I'm about. I hope that I could be of service, or I could be of value, or, whatever script that you want. The one that I use a lot is like, depends on the event. Let's say it's a leadership event. I'm like, start off with a greeting. Hi, if you're looking for a leadership speaker, I'm a certified John Maxwell leadership speaker. And what I'm most known for is building resilient leaders in organizations and turning high performers into unstoppable achievers. I would love to talk to you about your event if you're looking for a leadership speaker. And I hope that you find something on my page that sparks an interest, and I would love to get on a call with you. The details are below, and I look forward to hearing from you. Have an amazing day. And it's just like that simple video. Once you do that, you can run it through the Facebook ad. You can also take that video and use something called BombBomb.com, BombBomb. BombBomb.com is an email video platform where you can record a message and you can say, hi, event planner. Saw that you were looking for a whatever, Women's History Month or scientific research speaker, scientist, leadership, whatever it be, business, whatever it is. So that you were looking for the speaker for your event. I would love to talk to you about what I could provide as the speaker and what I do differently than everybody else. Because now you got them hooked. Now you're like, okay, like I want to know what makes you different. In previous episodes, I talked about stop being another option and start being the only option. And that's how you do it. People follow different. So tell them, I would love to talk to you about what I can provide differently than every other speaker that you probably talk to. If you're interested, I'd love to talk to you. Contact details are below. My Calendly link is below. Please email me something. Give them some kind of call to action. Always some kind of call to action. And then send the video through email. There's a couple different ways that you can reach the event planners. There's event planner associations. What's really helpful are the executive director conferences. If you start looking at social media and you look at a couple event planners, and this is where the dedicated speakers are crushing it. This is the work behind the scenes that nobody talks about. If you find an event planner on LinkedIn, you want to search other event planners. It'll start filtering out. Here's all the event planners with event planner in their signature, in their name, in their bio. Somewhere identifies them as an event planner. If you look around those ones, they usually belong to an event planner association, an executive director, something. There's always a bunch of executive directors of associations that go to a conference. Start looking up executive director associations on Google. Start looking up Facebook and saying executive director, nonprofit director, whoever it is that you're looking for. Here's the research. You have to know who's booking the speakers. Sometimes it's a secretary. Most of the times there's some kind of executive director, association president, nonprofit president, nonprofit director. There's somebody with a title that normally is booking these speakers. And as you have these conversations, you'll find out why. But social media is crucial. This is how it plays into your speaking career. You not only have to post on social media your thoughts and being a thought leader, but you also use social media to find those exact people that you're looking for. There's an entire database of people on LinkedIn, on Facebook that says event planner as their job. Start finding them, start reaching out, look at their posts, do a deep dive, make a list of about 50 people, then start reaching out to them. Facebook Messenger, LinkedIn Messenger. This is the best way that you can start building your list of leads. And then if they say, oh, no, I'm not booking speakers, like, do you know someone who is? Don't stop there and go, oh, okay, thank you, bye. Find out who they know that's booking speakers. In the next episode, I'm going to talk to you about how you can use a podcast to attract speaking opportunities and why social proof is the main form of how you're going to consistently get booked and paid to speak. Please subscribe to the show, and I hope that this episode was valuable. Go back, listen to the previous ones, share them out. Join us next time.